Hey Witch, welcome to my channel. My name is Matt, and today I'm going to be showing you all of the goodies that I found in Pennsylvania when I was up there visiting my parents. But first of all, I'm drinking coffee. What are you drinking? Let me know. Gorgeous. So before we get into like the Pennsylvania haul and like all the stuff that I did while I was there, I am going to tell you a little funny manifestation story that actually happened yesterday. So every morning I've been working on a little bit of meditation and journaling just to kind of help me get better at like manifesting stuff, because lately I've been kind of hitting like a dry spell. So yesterday morning I journaled that I was going to receive a small little gift from the universe as confirmation that I was on the right path and that I was like doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, just because I haven't been seeing very many results. And we're supposed to go to our friend's like pool yesterday for like a little fun like get together, but the weather was really terrible, so we ended up going to like this food and drink festival thing that's happening here in Charlotte. So we got there and it was the last day of the festival, so everyone's like trying to get rid of all their stuff. Like all the vendors are just like passing things out, like just like giving things away. And it was totally unexpected. We were getting towards the end of the festival, like as a big long line, and this woman just like in a haste just like handed me this. She was like, "Take this!" And it's a giant case of McCafe frappes. So this was my gift from the universe yesterday, and it's my sign of confirmation. I also got like a bag of candy, more specifically sour punch straws, which were delicious. I already ate them. And I also got some fig bars, which I already ate too, and a reusable straw, which I've been really wanting, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, that was my little manifestation story that happened yesterday. But now we can jump into the things that I bought in Pennsylvania about a month ago. It's been a while now, but I've been holding everything in like a box by itself, so now I'm finally able to take it out of the box and use it now that I'm doing this video. So without further ado, we will just jump right into it. Oh, she got beer. Girl, you can come up to my house. She got food too. Food and beer? Yes. Yes. I want to open my window and like shout at her real quick. Come upstairs and hang out with me. I'm just kidding. That's really weird. So I'm also going to be inserting some clips of some of the stuff that we did while we were in Pennsylvania. The thing that you're going to see most in this video is books, because I went to the biggest book sale on the East Coast. It was humongous. I actually took a video of there, so I'll insert that here so you can see what I'm talking about. It was really overwhelming, very crowded, so many books to look through. We spent hours there, just like, I dug through every section in that book fair and dug out every single witchy book I could find, and I bought mostly all of them. I think there was like 2 or 3 that I left just because I didn't really vibe with them, but they were so cheap. They were like $1.50. I think I kept some of the price tags in here, so I'll like show you how much each book was and that kind of stuff, but let's just get into it because we want to see things, right? That's why we're here. So I'll start out with the books since that's like the most of what I have, and then I have some crystals. I have one herb that I picked up while I was there and some other like miscellaneous like altar supplies. So let's start with the books. I'm just gonna go, I have a stack of them here, so I'm just gonna go from top to bottom in no particular order. So the first book that I picked up for $1.50 was The Good Spell Book. It is Love Charms, Magical Cures, and Other Practical Sorcery. So I thought that was cool. It's like made to look almost like a vintage book, but it's really cool inside. Like I like how it's designed. But was it this book? I think it was this one. Yes, it was bookmarked to a marriage oil and a pet safety spell. So, oh, and to avoid divorce. So I feel like the person who had this book before me was going through a rough spot in their relationship, and they were working some love magic. So I need to like sage this pile of books. I just like get that vibe. Have you ever had that, like you buy some new books from like a used bookstore and then you just like really want to cleanse them because you just like feel the energy in them? Ugh, stressing me out. But the next book I got was the Dream Book, and this is a book about dream spells, nighttime potions and rituals, and other magical sleep formulas. So I do have some hard time falling to sleep, so this will come in handy. And I've also really been wanting to work on like dream research and that kind of stuff too. I really want to learn how to have a lucid dream because I've never done that before. I've had a lucid dream before, but it wasn't like I can't just like choose when I do it, you know? If that makes sense, you know. The next book I got is a field guide to wildflowers. This is actually like a vintage book. I got this for $1. It was written in 1968, so it's not like super old, but it's old. And it has like, I don't know why it has a ruler on the back. I guess to measure flowers if you're out in the field, which is kind of cool. But it has some like illustrations in there. So it's really pretty. I'm excited to read this one. On to the next one. I've already started reading this one actually, and it's Classical Myths That Live Today. I just love old books. There's just something about them. Like, like how beautiful the front is. This was written or published rather, in 1940. So coming up on 80 years old. That's cool. Oh yeah, but I already started reading this one. I'm not very far. Oh, look at my little Smokey the Bear, so cute. Next. So I got another vintage books about flowering trees and shrubs. So cute, so pretty. I love old books. I'm gonna say that every time I pull an old book out of this pile, so get used to it. It's just a little illustration. This one was from 1962. So that's not quite as old, but. The next one is a book about minerals. Another vintage book. Is this vintage or antique? I think antique is over 50 years old, so I think a lot of these are actually antique books and not vintage. This was $1.50, and it was published in 1943. But this one, it also has some diagrams in there. So it's really cool. I don't have any books about like crystals and minerals, so this one will be a good addition to my collection. So honestly, I had no idea what this was about. I just saw it and I got it. But it was, I lost the price tag, I think. Yeah, this one I guess I took the price tag off and didn't keep it, but it could not have been more than $2 because I wouldn't have bought it. But it is The Lost Art of Enochian Magic, and I had to look up what that meant, and apparently it's like angel magic, so that'll be a really interesting thing to like read about. I've never worked like too much with angels before, so it'll be a good like a gap filler in my magical knowledge. So the next book, okay, these are actually, I have to order these a little bit. The next one I got is super random. They couldn't have been more than $2. I threw away the price tag again, but it's The Witch's Almanac from 2008. Yeah, 2008, so it's like over 10 years old. But I bought it just because like there's, in these kind of like almanac books, there's a lot of like helpful hints, even if it's not like time exclusive. Like I saw an article in here about like honeybees and the magic of sapphires, classical moon goddesses. Here's an article about like elderflower. So it has a lot of like really good information in here, even if it's not like useful in the present day, if that makes sense. So, moving on. I got a book about Chinese herbal medicine. This one was really cool because it shows pictures of each herb and then like how it's used in a medicinal sense. Not necessarily magic, but they go hand in hand, really. And I was actually surprised at how many plants in Chinese medicine correlate to like magic herbs that I already have. So that's really cool. So I'm really excited to go through this one because I think it's going to be really beneficial. I have not read it yet though, even though it's like super tiny. The next one I got is the Star Lore Handbook. I thought it was so gorgeous on the cover and the back and stuff. It's not a very thick one. Thickums. This one was $2. And it's just a book about the night sky. So it's got constellations in here. It's got the hemispheres, wandering stars. Yeah, so it's not necessarily astrology, but it's definitely like about the stars and planets and that kind of stuff. Just stars, not planets. So cool. This book I have already finished. Oh no, I haven't finished it. I'm almost done. But it's the Book of Palmistry. Your highway to life. So I'm already done. I'm already almost finished with this book. I really want to learn palmistry. It's been something that's been in the back of my head for forever. I've always wanted to be able to just like look at someone's palm and like tell them all about their life and like their experience here on Earth and that kind of stuff. So I really am trying to study palmistry because I would love to add that to my services that I offer. However, palmistry is very complex and complicated, so it's not going to be something that's going to be offered from me for a long time since it requires a lot of studying. It took me forever to put tarot as like a service that I offer because studying takes forever and you can't just like jump into selling readings like right off the bat when you first start because there's too much to learn. Like you're gonna end up with disappointed clients and people mad at you and people coming at you like, you said this but it didn't happen to me. So that is something I would like to avoid. But I definitely feel so confident about tarot. Palmistry, we'll get there. So, oh, I'm so excited to show you guys the next one. So I got this book. This is actually the most expensive book I've purchased. It was $6. I almost didn't get it just because it was $6 and I'm so cheap. But it is the Good Fairies, Bad Fairies book. I just thought it was so cool how it like flips like that. Because like in this one, you open it and you read it this way. And it's all about the bad fairies. And the artwork is so gorgeous in this book. I am obsessed. But then when you turn it around this way, you can open it up and read about the good fairies. This is difficult. Is that tatas? No, we're good. So beautiful. I love fairies. I don't necessarily work with them a lot in my magic, but I have in the past and I love the energy, so I'm excited to read more about them. So this isn't, I mean, it is a book, but it's not at the same time. I got this for $1.50 and it was so cool. It's missing the little cat. I'll just show you. So it is the, what is it called? The Intuition book, Unlock Your Psychic Potential. And it comes with a deck of cards that I will show you. I'll show you the book first. But yeah, okay, so this is Rorschach. It's not like a tarot deck or oracle. It's just like Rorschach images and you have to like pick what you see. And then when you like see your image, you can go to the book and like flip through it and see like what your interpretation means. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to use it. I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to. It was only $1.50 too. And I feel like I I can use these for something other than like their intended purpose here. I don't know what though. We'll figure it out. So this last book that I got while I was in Pennsylvania, actually I didn't purchase. I won an Instagram giveaway for the first time in my entire life. I have never won one of those things, and honestly, for the longest time, I thought Instagram giveaways were a scam because I was like, does anybody actually ever win these? I have never known anybody to win one. But I did, finally! And I won this book by Cassandra Snow. It is called Queering the Tarot, and honestly, this book is so good. I read just the intro, and it gave me goosebumps, like all over my body. I was like, oh my god, I needed this book in my life. I'm currently being so cute. Congratulations, Matt. We know you'll love it. I can read backwards. Your friends at Wiser Books. So I made it to the chariot. I'm only on page 25, but this book is so good. I really recommend it, especially for anyone in the queer community. Just get it. It's so good. Okay, on to the fun stuff. I mean, this is all fun stuff. I love books, but Here's like the little knickknacks and tchotchkes. Should we start with the crystals first? No, we'll save this for last. So we'll start with the herb. So I got some mullein leaf. I think it's called mullein. I am terrible at pronouncing. Oh my god. Okay. I am terrible at pronouncing the names of herbs, which sucks because I love herbs the most. I always feel like I'm like struggling so hard to like figure out how it's pronounced, but. So I got mullein leaf. I'm gonna call it that. It's really good for protecting yourself against like negative energy and like things that people might be like throwing at you, so like a curse or a hex or whatever. It's also really good to use in smoking blends, which is the reason I got it, because your girl likes to be unhealthy. And it's, according to this little packet, it's also good to use in place of graveyard dust if your spell calls for that. So that's cool. It's just so tiny though, and I paid $2.50 for this. That's a lot. For not a lot. You live and you learn. So the next thing I've been really wanting for a long time, but I have just like never come into contact with one out in the wild. But I found one for super cheap, and it is like, how much was it? It doesn't say. I don't think it was more than $3. But it's like a little book holder. So you can put your little book in here. Let's use Querying the Tarot as an example. So you put it in here like that. And it keeps your book open. Ta-da! But I love this so much because it's a pain in the ass when you're trying to do a spell and your book keeps closing and you're trying to use your hands. So just get a cheapy little one of these. Okay, so if you've seen my last video, you've already seen these, but I got these at the same store. I got like the little book holder. These are little star candle holders. They're so cute. As you can tell, I've already used them. Sorry. What else? We'll do the crystals. So, the next thing I got is this onyx obelisk. I think this is like green or yellow onyx or something. But yeah, it's so cute, and it was only $6.48. The next one is a little apatite stone. It's so gorgeous. I had never heard of apatite before. It does make me a little hungry though. It looks like candy. But this was also $6.98. I don't remember what apatite is for. I just thought it because it was pretty. At me with all the stones. And then I also, this is actually a stone that my mom picked out because she went to this like metaphysical shop with me, which I think is really cool because like if you know me, you know I come from like a very conservative Christian background. But I think my mom is slowly getting into metaphysics because like when I was at the metaphysical shop with her, she was like picking out things. She was like, oh my god, this is so cute over here. Oh my god, I want this too. I was like, I think my mom might be a little witchy after all. But she picked out peacock ore. So I just got a tiny little piece of it. It is so pretty. Again, I don't really know what peacock ore is good for, so I'm not the guy to come to for crystal information, sorry. But last but not least, I lost the box for it, so she's living in a Spellyoulater tarot bag, which you can get on my Etsy. Link in the description. Ding! So, I got this tarot deck. I don't know where I put the box for it, so it's the Spiral Tarot. I think it's one of like the classical decks like that a lot of people have, but I really like the artwork on it. Like, let me find one that doesn't have a lot of nudity. One moment. Like, okay, the Three of Pentacles is so gorgeous. Ugh, this Judgment card. So beautiful. The only thing I don't like about this deck is the border around it. I feel like that purple border just looks so cheap, especially with the red line over here. I'm a graphic designer though, so I'm like a snob about that kind of stuff. Like if you had just cut off the border, it would have looked so much better. Or like a solid white border or something, just like not purple fog, like ugh. But I think this deck was designed in like the 90s, so that totally makes sense. Yep, 1997. Yes. The Queen of Wands is like one of my favorite cards. In tarot in general, not in this deck. But this one's gorgeous too. I love the Fool in this one too because it's like he's being divinely guided by his angel spirit guide, so I thought that was really cute. But I could sit here all day and show you cards from this deck, so that will be it for now. It's a really common one though, so if you want to see more, just Google it, you know? But that is about all of the things that I got while I was in Pennsylvania. We also went hiking. I went hiking with my sister while we were there, so I took a lot of video of that, and then we also took some pictures while we were out there. What else did we do? I didn't get a whole lot of video while I was there, but that is about all I have for you guys today. So until next Thursday, I will spell you later.